from that incredible family in the Chicago area. Speed skating champion, a brother and a sister, and she herself a 500-meter champion in her earlier life, and now one of the world's top gymnasts.
Start with a nice high reverse set. Another reverse set into a mixed grip. Legs come apart just a little bit on her upswing for her handstand. Nice routine. I think it could have been performed a little bit better. If not, was a little low.
But she is disappointed at all, disguised it well with that smile.
Giant reverse set right over the bar. Notice her hands are mixed grip. Hands over the bar, nice and long.
A unique camera angle to really be right up there with the gymnast.
I think you really get a good perspective of actually how much that bar actually bends.
And how thick it is. Small hands being such a handicap.
It's actually hollow fiberglass with a wood lamination around the top so that the chalk sticks to it.
And the score on the unevens, a 9.70 for Phoebe Mills, who will be in the 11th grade this fall. Her confidence really seems to be building. It appears that she's at that wonderful stage where she knows she's really good. On her second of 4 events, Brandy Johnson in third place. It's the uneven bars. She needs a 9.75 to move into second place. A relative unknown before this competition. She was in the juniors last year and finished number 1 in Kansas City. And now battling to make a huge splash here in Houston, Texas, Brandy Johnson.
She has such incredible upper body strength, and it shows. Her release moves are so high. She does a reverse set that's going to be coming up at the beginning of her routine. Here it comes. Watch how high. Way above the bar. Oh.
So there's 0.5 of a point off.
She had it at her fingertips and just missed it barely.
That's going to hurt her overall score and maybe defines why she's 15. But what a talent. The rest looked mighty solid.
And it was. That's got to be a disappointment for her.
Now, Bella Caroli, in essence, has this girl hiding a bit. And she's not unlike your story. We didn't know an awful lot about Mary Lou Retton before the Olympic Games. You didn't compete in some of the major championships. By design.
Nothing lost.
That's right. Bella, I think, in a sense, kept me in the closet. And it helped my advantage. I went into the Olympics without competing in a world championship competition, was relatively an unknown gymnast on the international scene.
So the judges didn't know your strengths nor your weaknesses. You were a fresh, new talent.
That's right. And one of my weaknesses was flexibility. And if they had seen me over the years, they would have looked for that and really critiqued me hard on that.
Brandy Johnson here is a negative in her routine.
Starts off with a nice high reverse head. Swings back, goes for a front somersault in between the bars. She had it and just fell off. She had a fingertip and she was just reaching just a little bit too much.
And her score, oh my, 8.95. Of course, 0.5 of that coming on the major fall, but where did the judges find the rest of the deductions? All right, let's go to Kelly Garrison Steeves, 4th place after the vault. She repeated this year, 1988, as the National Collegiate All-Around Champion. Quite a story. At 21 and married, she goes home after practice and shares household duties with her husband, Mark, while the rest of the young competitors go out to the ice cream parlor and try to decide, well, will it be bubble gum as our flavor today?
Starts with a straddle over. High reverse tap. The delta. Giant swing, giant pull. The double pike generator. Nice swing routine.
Kelly Garrison Steeves, she needs a 9.65 to pass Brandy Johnson and regain her third-place position in the competition.
Reverse catch. Nice catch. She was in perfect position for the catch the bar. Right into a delta. Nice drop to the low bar. Kelly has good form on bars. You can see her legs don't split apart, as Hope Spivey's do. Again, that comes from experience. Nice tight double fly away.
That's a little off on the end, but Kelly Garrison Steeves, consistent and solid. You know, she was happy with her performance. And the judges score it 9.75 for Kelly Garrison Steeves. She moves back into third place. And NBC Sports World continues with this major pre-Olympic competition from the summit in Houston with the 1988 men's all-around championship. Back at the McDonald's U.S. Gymnastics Championship. 2 events down and 2 more rotations to go, and Phoebe Mills maintains her lead ahead of Kelly Garrison Steeves on the strength of her bars performance, moves into second place. Rhonda Fain, that's a bit of surprise, and her solid, consistent work moves her to third. Hope Spivey tied for first with Mills at the beginning of the optional falls to fourth. Hey, Shelley Stack, the little 15-year-old 74-pound dynamite, is now fifth. Do Yamashiro sixth, and Christy Phillips, moving up one notch with each rotation, is in eighth place. And on the vault, 17-year-old Stacy Gunthorpe. She is in ninth place, down from fifth after the compulsories. Her first vault was 9.8.
She nailed that landing.
Stacy Gunthorpe should move up with a fine score in the vault. We'll see whether or not the judges saw that better than 9.85.
You know, women gymnasts are a lot luckier than the men. We have 2 chances to nail that vault. If the first one's off a little bit, we concentrate more on the second one to just nail it.
9.90 for Stacy Gunthorpe, one of the top scorers of the day in the vault here in the U.S. Gymnastics Championship. Rhonda Fain 10, the best of all so far. Now in the third event of the 4 in the optionals, and maintaining her lead throughout, Phoebe Mills with the one event that raises nightmares for every female gymnast, the balance beam. Watching her routines and training warm-up, she can be brilliant in this event.
Oh, she is excellent on balancing. And if I had to pick one gymnast to perform balancing in a pressure situation, Phoebe would be my pick. She is calm, cool, and collected. You can just see the confidence in her face when she gets up on the beam. She's really matured into a nice, long gymnast. Pretty elegant style.
Oh, that was outstanding.
Solid flip-flop and layout. The gymnast must perform a series of tumbling skills, and that was a very difficult one at that. Nice inverted slam.
And a nice sense of continuity about her performance.